Next, we move on to the subject of police brutality and its most recent manifestation, the beating and forced drowning of a young man in Colombo in broad daylight. This incident and others in the recent past have badly shocked and eroded the public's faith in the country's law enforcement officers. Activists organized a show of public outrage against police brutality last week. But what else is needed to ensure that incidents like this one do not happen again? Our next story gives you more. They gathered outside the Fort railway station in Colombo at noon on the 4th of October, a few days after 26-year-old Balavarnam Sivakumar was killed, to condemn the behavior of the police and to call upon the government to take action and bring the perpetrators to justice.
With the Civil Monitoring Commission, Platform for Freedom and several other organizations to protest against the brutal killing of the young boy who was mentally ill. If he was violating law and order, the police should have taken him to custody and taken action against him according to the law of this land. If we allow police to behave like this without showing our unhappiness, the deplorability of the act in this manner, we are letting them free. This is not the first time.
පොලිසිය තමන්ගේ රාජකාරිය කරන්නට ඕන. සාමාන්‍ය මිනිහෙක් මිනිමරණයකට වඩා පොලිසිය අතේ සිදුවෙන මරණය නීති විරෝධී ක්‍රියාව අපි වෙලා දකින්න ඕන. ඒ නිසා කියන්නේ කරන නවත්ත ගන්න මේක.
The young man, afflicted by a mental condition, had been throwing stones at passing trains along the Bambalapitia coastline. As one of the attacked trains stopped, the man jumped into the ocean, only to be pursued by 3 people, including 2 police officers, who beat him mercilessly and forcibly drowned him. The video of what happened, shot by TNL TV, has been widely viewed on television and online, as the country's media was quick to pick up the story. If not for the video, the truth may not have come to light. There were many bystanders, but none were able to stop the killing.
නිර්වින්දනයට පත් වෙලා ඉන්නවා. එතකොට මිනිස්සු අවදි කිරීමක් අවශ්‍යයි. මොකද මේ තරුණ ජීවිතේ බේර ගන්න තිබුණා. මිනිස්සු 4-5 දෙනෙක් මුහුදට පැනලා අර පොලිස් කාර්යව අල්ලගත්තා නම් මේ ජීවිතේ බේර ගන්න තිබුණා. ජනතාවගේ එසේ ඉදිරිපත් වීමේ ශක්තියක් නැති වෙලා තියෙනවා. එච්චරට මේ තත්ත්වය ප්‍රචණ්ඩයි. මම හිතන්නේ ඒ වෙනුවෙනුත් අපිට කතා කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙන අවස්ථාවක් මේක.
So we think that people have to come forward to protest against this, and we demand the government re-establish the police commission and also the institutions introduced by the 17th Amendment of the Constitution.
According to rights activists, public apathy may be contributing to what appears to be a growing trend in the police force, although authorities describe them as isolated incidents. In August 2009, another incident of police brutality took place when police officers tortured and killed 2 young men at the Angulana police station near Muratua. But with the war behind us and expectations of peace in the future, such incidents of violence are disturbing, and people want to be reassured that they will not continue.
Actually, the investigations have been handed over to Colombo Crimes Division, and under the supervision of the Director, Colombo Crimes Division, they are conducting investigations. They have recorded more than 40 statements to date, and furthermore that they have arrested 2 police officers and 2 civilians who are having involvement in this particular case. And in addition to that, we do this investigation under the supervision of the Attorney General's Department. We time to time, the Director of the Crimes Division discuss with the Attorney General's Department officials, and they get their advice also. And in addition to that, the magistrate, Colombo, is conducting a magisterial inquiry, and furthermore that the JMO, Colombo has already conducted a post-mortem, and we are waiting for the report because he has sent some of the particles to Colombo Government Analyst Department, and also to Peradeniya Medical Faculty for further investigation. Time to time, we are educating the police officers. We have been given instructions, and furthermore, that in fact, we have already announced that who is getting involved in this type of cases will be taken to legal action, and they will be taken treated as the same manner that we are treating the others. In fact, when you compare the crime figures, there is no, in fact, there is no increase of crime as such, but we have had a few incidents here and there, and the majority of those cases have been solved, and we have taken them to courts.
The police spokesperson says that steps have been taken to investigate the incident and take action. But is this sufficient to ensure that police brutality does not take place?
It's a continuation of police brutality in Sri Lanka. For many years we have experienced this, and if you look at the immediately preceding period of about 3 to 4 years, it had been growing unabated. In fact, the only attempt to curtail that was during the first National Police Commission. But now there is no police commission, and police is not under any supervision. Of course, the police will say that they have supervision within, but there is no external or independent supervision, and police is basically enjoying impunity. And if you look at the recent cases of police brutality, most of them have not come to light. Some of them have come by way of fundamental right cases, and a lot of cases have been just suppressed because people don't want to risk by bringing it to light. But at the same time, at least there were 2 incidents before this Bambalapitiya incident where people agitated and managed to control the police brutality by virtually pressurizing authorities to take it up. I think it's very easy for me to suggest many things, but whether practically it can be done. We have seen that there is a really fairly strong legal framework in the country. I think comparing Sri Lanka with many other countries, our legal system is very good. We do have a constitutional safeguard against these brutalities. We have fundamental rights chapter. With all that, the question is whether the question is not whether we have a legal system. It's a question of implementation. It's basically the people who are running the police and those who are supervising are not doing their best to address it. Secondly, police must first understand that brutality is an issue in the police. Unless and until they understand it, they never cure it. So first thing is basically they must first understand that. Thirdly, you must take stern action against them, against the violators, whether it is inside or outside. The police, what we really see is that they want to cover up offences against, these type of things, and to show that police is quite good. That won't help the police. And we do know that there are exemplary officers in the police force. We do know that there are very good police officers who don't tolerate this. But their voice is not heard in today's socio-political context and the context in which 17th Amendment is not implemented. And I think only way to change it, in my view, is the people's action. People's action doesn't mean that people should take law into themselves. What they should do is they should keep pressure on the society themselves and the law enforcement authorities that they are not going to rest until this is going to be resolved. Police brutality just will not start in a day. It has a history. The history is coupled with impunity. And if the police or anyone or any other person is enjoying this impunity, then you will never be able to reconcile this. And the police and the political leadership must realize, must convince people that they are not enjoying impunity. So long as they enjoy impunity, you will never be able to control police brutality.
The police are also seen to be making some positive changes. On the 10th of November 2009, under the patronage of the new Inspector General of Police, Mahinda Balasuriya, a special unit was opened to assist the general public with their complaints. Still, this is only one step towards truly establishing law and order that is meaningful, towards ensuring that people like Balavarnam Sivakumar are never again casualties of a system that was meant to protect rather than harm.